Welcome back, folks. We're continuing our discussion of the Quran, and I want to take this moment to kind of define a couple of things for you. In previous videos, I'd mentioned Shias and Sunni Shia Muslims and Sunni Muslims. And I want to take just a minute to kind of define those for you, because we've all probably have heard them in the news especially over the past 20, 25 years, even further back than that. So I just want to give you just a brief description and definition of the views of the Quran from the Shia viewpoint and the Sunni viewpoint. All right, Sunni Muslims are the majority of Muslims, and they argue, their main point of argument is that caliphs or leaders should be appointed through elections and consensus by the elders of the community. This was the custom traditionally of this particular region. In Arabic, sunnah means custom, and so those who follow this particular line of thinking are known as Sunnis. Now, Shia, also known as Shiite Muslims, are the minority faction of the Muslim world. They argue much differently than Sunnis. They argue that the Prophet's successors, in other words, Muhammad's successors, should come exclusively from Muhammad's genealogy, from Muhammad's family and their descendants. Totally different viewpoint to the Sunni majority. So they believe that before he died, Muhammad had designated his cousin and son-in-law, Ali, as his successor. And so in Arabic, those who who follow this particular line of belief are called Shia, or partisans of Ali. Now, the Shia view of the Quran differs from the Sunni view, to say the least. But the majority of both groups believe that the text is identical. Some of the Shia had disputed the validity of the canon of Uthman's Codex, that one standardized canon version of the Quran. The Shia imams, in other words, the Shia religious leaders, always rejected the idea of any alteration of the Quranic text. The Shia believe that the Quran was gathered and compiled by Muhammad during his lifetime, rather than being compiled by Uthman ibn Affan. Now, there are some other differences in the way Shias interpret the text. Muslims do not agree over whether the Quran was created by God or is eternal and uncreated. But Sunnis, again, are the majority. They make up about 85 to 90% of Muslims, hold that the Quran is uncreated. In other words, this idea of uncreated is a doctrine that has basically been unchallenged for centuries. So there you have the two different views of the Quran. You have the Shia view and really, both view, the Shia view and the Sunni view, both view the text the same way, but the Shia just examines the idea of the canon a little bit more closely, and they question the validity of that codex. But their religious leaders, again, rejected the notion that the text had been altered. And so the Sunnis, which are the vast majority, hold that the Quran is simply, it's uncreated. It came together as it was being lived over Muhammad's life. Okay. Hope that helps some. We'll move on to our next exciting topic involving the Quran. Thank you, folks. See you next time.